Chuck here, and we got a list of 11 properties plus 3 on the other system for a total of 14. This weekend, Saturday, I believe it's at 1 o'clock, we're doing the Milton buyer class, and so you can just register over there or go to miltonbuyerclass.com. We're going to talk about a lot of really cool stuff, including how to get up to $10,000 or more of free government money to buy your first home. There's actually 3 first-time buyer incentives. We're going to talk about all of them. We're going to talk about new versus resale homes and the pros and cons of each. We're going to look at the 4 things that lenders look at before they give you a mortgage. We're going to talk about credit scores, how to look at a property so you can avoid a money pit or even avoid a home inspection. Before you hire an inspector, can you notice things that are there that are warning signs? We're going to do all kinds of different things. Very detailed breakdown of the money and the steps especially. So if you want to come, again, no cost to attend, food bank donation. We'll give you a book, we'll give you cookies and coffee and all the rest of it, and you just register over there. So this Saturday, and let's start off with the first one, which I think is a real winner. I don't like this being the first shot. I think it would have been better to put this as the first shot. It's a Green Park home. It's probably a little less than 1,600 square feet. It's not super fancy inside, but the same model just down the road sold last December for over $400,000. So it was a little bit better, but this one has the template to work from, and at this kind of discount with the finished basement, they are going to do really well. And there's 2 full bathrooms upstairs. It's a good listing. It may not wow you, but you could turn it into a wow, and you'd be far less than what you'd pay for the wow, provided you paid even asking price. So farmsteads, $400,000. It looks like it came back on the market. I like the 9-foot ceilings, like the upgrades they put in. It probably shows pretty well. I don't like how it's not as open concept. That's my, again, personal taste. There's a couple that I'm going to mention today. They're all personal taste. They're good sized rooms. The end unit, I don't know why they wouldn't have put a shot of the finished basement in here, because I think the finished basement is one of the big value adds on this one, and one of the reasons why it's probably priced well at $400,000. I think if it was just this home without the finished basement, I wouldn't endorse it nearly as much. So we've got Hobbs Crescent, 414.9, 1865 square feet plus a finished basement. No photos yet. It's priced pretty much in the range where I'd expect it to be for that size of home. And I think if it looks really good, they're in a good place. Hobbs can get a little bit crowded on the weekends in terms of parking. There's townhouses on that street. There's a lot of residences and a relatively small piece of land. So Kingsley Court, 429, and no garage on this one, but it's nicely renovated. Those are real wood floors, stained and refinished, crown moldings. You've got neutral colors here. The only part that would have been nice would have been to have the kitchen done a little bit further, but I think that somebody could do that. I think that having the upgraded appliances, a bit of a more modern floor, I think all those things just help with the overall appearance. And they're not horrible. They just look a little bit dated, but they've done a nice job in the house. The basement looks good. You've got a wood-burning fireplace there, and you've got a 50 by 150 foot property. You're nice and close to the highway too. You can get on 25 in a relatively short period of time. So overall, this one is a real winner. Gervais is 429, about 1,700 square feet. It's a nice floor plan. I like the plan a lot. It faces a park, which adds a little bit of value. But I mean, the last model that sold like this was pretty nice, hardwood on all levels, and it was just under $4,000. So the park gives a premium. They're going to have to be really nice inside if they're going to get this kind of price, and they're looking for a December 15th closing. So whenever that price or that specific closing date's mentioned, it's probably pretty important to the sellers. Bar Crescent is 439. Good luck trying to find photos of this one. I went through about 5 different websites to try and find them, and they're not there. It's 1,380 square feet. There is a finished basement, and that's all I know. It was listed last year. I don't recall what it looked like, and there might be some archive somewhere online of that listing if you can find it. Lamont Creston, is 465. It's more than 2,000 square feet. Bit of a lighter color scheme, which I think the trend usually are a little safer on the dark side in terms of colors. Darth Vader would say that you are as well.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
And I don't know what kind of flooring is upstairs. It's a 45 by 100 foot lot, which is big even by old Milton standards. And the one thing that to me is a deal breaker, there's the house, there's Thompson Road, 4-lane road right beside this house. To me, that's an absolute deal breaker. I just find that I couldn't personally live with that. The constant drone of cars and everything else. I think that it's a substantial hit to value, but there are some people that don't mind it. And so we do see that these properties sometimes right beside the busy roads can do pretty well. So see what happens with this. All you need is one buyer, but it won't be me. And high side is 514.9. It's a back split. It's 62 by 120 foot lot. The only thing is that's Milton Gospel Hall, and the house I think is this one or this one here. One of the ones backing on to that. So, I mean, it is, I say it's commercial by nature. Most of the time, there's nobody here, but when they are, you can expect that there will be some, I suppose it's almost like backing on to a school in terms of the amount of activity and traffic going around it. Although you get more activity on the weekend, on Sunday, whereas schools, you don't. 514, I would say if it's in good shape, it may not be that far off. Willett Terrace is 539. It's a Snowberry. These models have been selling really well lately. There was one on Yates that sold just under 520. It was a pretty basic model with carpet. These guys have the hardwood floors. It's about 2,100 square feet, and I don't think it's a deal at 539, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw this one selling in the 530s, given what else has been happening. Leech Landing 629. It's one of the Spirit Plans 43 foot lot, 26 something square feet, 2638 I think, and I don't have any pictures. You can check the link below the video and you can check in real time. So as soon as the photos are loaded on the broker's MLS system, these are direct feeds from that system, so they get updated very, very quickly. I don't have anything really to talk about with that one. And finally, we've got Drysdale. It's a hazelnut, 2746 square feet. It's nice inside. It's funny because the price on this one has gone up, down, sideways. It's gone $749, $699, $719, then back up to $749, and it affects the traffic and the marketing on the home. I personally believe that this one's going to sell somewhere between $650 and $700. So they can dinker as much as they want in the $700s. I think once they start even getting close to $699, that's when they're going to start to see the momentum and the traffic start. So Harvest Drive is $409.5. Got a special surprise on this one, a Halloween surprise. I'll show you in a second. It is a back split as well. I always do that. I always click the next listing instead of the pictures. You go down the hall. So you got a hallway here. Then there's a galley-style kitchen with a small eat-in. The kitchen's had some work done. There's some original parts here. The railing's a little bit old school. So this is what you see just past the kitchen. There's a walkout here. You can go upstairs, family room here. There's a family room downstairs as well. And then you go further down, and there should be a fourth level underneath on a half level down here. That's a shot from the top of the stairs. You can see the backyard here. You're about 26 by 124. And the bedrooms are decent size. There's one smaller room. And then there's your lower. And look, we've got a surprise ghost that showed up in the listing. And you know what it is. It's a reflection in the window. But I thought it was funny for Halloween that we can talk about, we can make Casper the Friendly Ghost references.
Casper the Friendly Ghost, the friendliest ghost you know. Though grown-ups might look at him with fright, the children all love him so.
Or just have some fun with that. So $409.5 seems like a good price. It is linked by the foundation, but very much functionally like a detached home. And we'll move on to the next one on Bustle Crescent. Basically what you're getting here is family room plus your kitchen with the eat-in beside, and there's a little nook upstairs, and then there's 3 bedrooms, double door entrance off the master. It's a Ritz model. It's probably a little bit high, but there's not a whole lot for sale, even up to about $410. So they may find success there. You will get some train noise with being on Bustle as well. So Broadway $458. Great street, good location, 50 by 132 foot property. It's a bungalow with a single car garage, and then they put about a 500 square foot addition, so it looks like it's kitchen plus family room. And when you read the description, which could be good, but you're still going to find probably that there's smaller bedrooms. So wait for the photos. Same thing on this one is that when things are updated, they will show up on the site. And if you have any questions, give us a call. Definitely register for the Milton buyer class this Saturday and have a super day.